the mood had been created, the perception had been created that our struggle was reaching a dimension, assuming a dimension, where it could not be crushed. The government had done everything in its power to crush the movement. And the movement, you see, was gaining more strength nevertheless. And the support that we got from all over the world convinced us that the movement had become invincible. In fact, as that was confirmed, although it turned out to be a bit of an exaggeration, as we were being flown to Robben Island, the investigating officer said to one of us, don't worry about this sentence. I can assure you, you won't finish 5 years in prison. You will come out as heroes with women, running around you and everybody wanting your friendship. But we stayed there for 27 years. And when we came out, the women didn't run around us. They remained aloof. So that was an exaggeration. But we believed very strongly that we would not die in jail. We would return. I had no imagination of the type of reception I was going to get outside. Firstly, as you know, I had been isolated from other political prisoners in prison. From November 1984, I lived alone. It was now 1990. And I made a request on the day of my release that the warders who looked after me should be at the gate so that I should be able to shake hands with them and their families. Now, I'd hoped, to meet about at least 30 warders and their families. I had no idea whatsoever of the crowd of journalists that was waiting outside prison. And I was really shocked when I actually saw them. And the warders, that I wanted to greet, were just a tiny part of the crowd. I never even had the opportunity to shake hands with them as I had planned. So I was taken, by surprise by the crowd. And especially now in Cape Town. I had great difficulties in going to the platform. I think it took more than an hour for us just to go through the crowd to be able to go to the platform. And at one time we had to leave for the townships just because the crowd, you see, had blocked all entrances which would lead me to the platform. I was also taken aback by that. And then I stayed with Archbishop Tutu. And that was a Sunday night, and the following morning I had a press conference. I didn't know what a press conference meant. And when I saw that crowd, I must have confessed that I didn't have the courage, the confidence, to speak to them. So all these things, rather took me by surprise. Another politician perhaps would have foreseen and made preparations for this type of reception. But I didn't do it, you see, because I never even thought about it. I never imagined that there would be such crowds, to welcome me. But nevertheless, I was happy to be free.